Hey everybody, before the show starts, log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to book a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions solved. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and on this episode, I'm addressing a question that I get quite frequently. Almost on every other call that I have from everyone who's leasing beats on Beatstars. Look, let me preface this thing, all right? I get so many questions about how the contract says that the producer owns 100% of the publishing, all right? And I'm going to address that question, as well as the question that I get when people say that, well, do I own the master? I thought I bought the master. I bought the exclusive license. Yeah, we're going to get into that one as well. I might do a separate video just so you can find it. But yes, let's jump into it. But before we do that, we have to go into copyright explained, all right? If you want to skip ahead because you already understand it, you can use the chapters below. And don't forget, if you want to donate to the channel, you can hit those QR codes right there to donate to the channel. But you're going to need this copyright explained to understand today's episode. Let's jump into it. Copyright, the sole right which an author has in their own original literary compositions. The exclusive right of an author to print, publish, and vend their own literary works for their own benefit. All right. Now, of course, with the copyright, there are two rights of copy. The music industry operates and revolves around these two copyrights, and that is the masters and the publishing. All right. The masters refer to the sound recording copyright, sound recordings as in records, masters, phonograms, or the audio recording file, i.e. the WAV, MP3, AIFF of the composition and or song. Now you can collect the royalties due and the proceeds due from the master recording from your distributor. All right, for those of you all who are independent and not signed to major labels, that's places like TuneCore and DistroKid. You can also collect the sound recording performance royalties from PPL over in the UK and Sound Exchange here in America, even though America does not pay for sound recording performance royalties in all aspects. All right, you can also collect from PPL if you live in America as well. Now, publishing is considered a performing arts copyright. Performing arts as in the composition, sheet music, MIDI files, publishing, or songs to be performed. The performance royalties for your publishing can be picked up at BMI, CSAC, or ASCAP here in America, PRS over in the UK, and then the mechanical royalties for that publishing, for that song, can be picked up at HFA, that's the Harry Fox agency, Music Reports, the MLC, and over in the UK, MCPS. You can also pick up your digital lyric display royalties at Lyric Find and Music Match. Now, there are 6 rights of copy to be exercised to the fullest extent of the United States Code under Title 17, and that's the right to reproduce, the right to prepare derivative works, the right to distribute, the right to public performance, the right to public display, and the right to digital performance. Okay, everybody, so to just go ahead and get the show rolling, let's jump straight into the ownership section of the contract. We're going to go through section 1. When we go, if you open up your contract and go into ownership, let's look at section 1, 2, and 3 of the ownership section of the contract. I'm going to pull it up on the slide right here. Let's go. All right, so the producer is and shall remain the sole owner and holder of all rights, title, and interest in the beat, including all copyrights to and in the sound recording and the underlying musical compositions written and composed by producer. Nothing contained herein shall constitute an assignment by producer to licensee of any of the foregoing rights. Now, I did a video explaining the differences on how to lease, license, and exclusively purchase a beat. And I explain all of these licenses. But if we go back to the slide again, you're going to see where it says, nothing contained herein shall constitute an assignment. That phrase right there lets you know that they did not transfer the rights to the master recording for that beat to you. So you got a license that is possibly exclusive if they do good business as a producer and take it down or stop the sale of it. Okay? But if you paid that $200 to $400 for the WAV files and the track outs and they did not stop selling it and it's still on the store, understand you got an exclusive license to use that beat, and all of those people who purchased that beat before you has a copy of that beat and it's out there. So think about that before you go and you click that final option. Once again, you're not owning the master. Let's keep digging into this. I really don't have to read the rest, but I will read the rest of this contract, okay? So check it out. Licensee may not under any circumstances register or attempt to register the new song and or beat with the U.S. Copyright Office. The aforementioned right to register the new song and or beat shall be strictly limited to producer, right? Licensee will, upon request, execute, acknowledge, and deliver to producer such additional documents as producer may deem necessary to evidence and effectuate producer's right hereunder, and licensee hereby grants to producer the right as attorney in fact to execute, acknowledge, deliver, and record in the U.S. Copyright Office or elsewhere any and all such documents if licensee shall fail to execute same within 5 days after so request. Look, all of that is just cool for those of y'all who are trying to be fancy with the copyright, but come on, man, this is a lease beat. Just come on. Take care of your lyrics as a literary work, register them, and keep it moving. It's a lease beat. We're not even here for that. We want to get ownership, and we got to work our way up to it, and we're using lease beats as a stepping stone. But let's get to our question at hand. We've addressed one of them. Let's go to the next one. All right. So, section 2 in that ownership section. For the avoidance of doubt, you do not own the master. There it is. You're not purchasing an exclusive license. An exclusive right. The language, the spelling is tricky there. You do not own the exclusive right. You own the exclusive license if they stop selling it, maybe, and they do good business. Now, before I go on a rant, let me keep reading. All right, so, you do not own the master or the sound recording rights in the new song. You have been licensed to the right to use the beat in the new song and to commercially exploit the new song based on the terms and conditions of this agreement. Notwithstanding the above, you do, in fact, own the lyrics or other original musical components of the new song that were written or composed solely by you. Okay? And I just have to go into section 3 of the ownership section. Let's go back to the slide. The producer shall own, control, and administer 100% of the so-called publisher's share of the underlying composition. That's the question that people that I don't understand. The producer is taking 100% of my publishing. No, the producer is taking 100% of the underlying composition. I wish they said musical composition in the contract. Therefore, it would clarify for those who don't know copyright just yet how that can really confuse somebody. But it's talking about the musical component. The producer owns 100% of their portion, not your lyrics. All right. So if they have their music and that's 50% of that, then you have the other 50%. And they're actually in the contract just determines they're going to list the portion, which is going to be 50%. And it's actually a paragraph above that section I just read that will give the splits for the song. Okay. So now that answers the question that they own 100% of their publishing to the underlying musical part. All right. Also, you do not own the master. Okay. But you do own your lyrics. All right. And you can register your lyrics with the Copyright Office as a literary work. Okay. Also, to clarify again, there was no assignment or transfer of rights here. Okay. There was none. This is just a lease or an exclusive license, but it is not the exclusive rights. You don't gain ownership of the right, which would be the copyright. Right is a slang term for copyright. All right. You don't own the intellectual property to their musical compositions. Now, look, I hope that answered your questions. That's it for the show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Okay. Yes, I did skip the rant because I just feel like there's no need to do that. Actually, you know what? Let me rant. Okay, so producers, this is the rant for the producers out there. Look, this language right here on the exclusive license is really screwing up the game for everybody. It's making artists disgruntled, businesses like, I don't even want to deal with beat leases anymore. So maybe on your Beatstars page, when you have that that high price section for the exclusive license, let people know that you do not own the rights to the master with this option, and we will retain 100% of our portion of the publishing. Kind of put it in layman's terms, because a lot of people are feeling screwed out of their money. Like, dang, I paid $400 or $300 or $200 for this exclusive license with the track outs, and I really could have bought just a wave version of this thing, because people are thinking that they're going to own the master to this stuff, because you don't understand, people don't know how to read these contracts, and some of you producers don't know how to read them either. All right, so just you're not going to own the master with this option, and we own 100% of our publishing portion with this option. And I think that could clear up a lot of things when you're in the beat lease stage as a producer. Therefore, you won't have a bunch of chargebacks and people saying, I want my money back. I want my money back. You lied to me. No, it's just that as a producer, you might not have understood. It was not clear on the purchase option. And then for them, it wasn't clear because they can't understand the contract. They're creators and they're trying to create music. All right. Anyway, now that has been today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone who you know is going through the same exact problem right now. Give them my number, 470-291-5767. Donate to the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I think I already said that. I'll see you all later. Peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to get a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions answered and solved. Thanks for watching.